All right, hey everybody. Not sure if you're seeing some of my stuff that was left over from figuring this out, but this is Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop. We've got Jeremy Howard, the man from Man versus Meeple, or one of the men. How you doing,
Yes.
Jeremy?
All right, man. Hey, party people. How y'all doing, man? Nice to be here. Excited to be here.
Yeah, and Jeremy has been doing this really amazing idea. I'm going to let him talk about it in a second. He's doing big game giveaways while all of us are quarantined in our different ways. So we'll be giving away some games here today. And Jeremy also wanted to talk about some of the best solo games he's played this year so far. So we're going to go through our top five solos of 2020 up to this point, up to I guess about a fourth of the year through.
Yeah. Well, we're right there. We're close. Yeah, we are fourth. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, we are.
yeah, man.
Time
No, we're there. We're
time
there. We're in April.
flies. It's not flying, but it's flying. Yeah, it's flying. You just realize time just wow. Wow.
Absolutely. All right, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch over to Jeremy. You take the cam all to yourself. Tell us about why you're doing this, why you want to give away these games, what your thought is there.
Okay, well, the whole idea is pretty clear. I spent a lot of time thinking about this. I work a federal job. My wife works a state job. We are very secure, and I'm also a reviewer. I do covers for board games. I have a wealth of games, and I decided, okay, well, I need to get rid of some of these. I give them to my partners that I play games with. As games that I have in my collection, I need to sell to. I donated crazy amount of games during Christmas, so I was like, all right, what do I need to do? Well, now that this coronavirus has hit, and I'm feeling the sting at my hospital, just the effects that are happening, that are happening to people at my VA hospital, and now I'm seeing this, and I'm thinking to myself, there's going to be a lot of people stuck inside that can't go anywhere. There's going to be kids at home, they're going to be having to play with their family, more family time than ever. And then there's going to be people who are disabled and by themselves, and there's going to be people who are fired from their jobs or laid off because, let's say, restaurants aren't open anymore, and you're a server, well, or bartender. So it's like now you're at home. Now what? So I was like, can I help these people in any way possible? And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of like the ego in me that says, like, how can I help all these people? Like kind of sticking my chest out. But I want to help people. So I decided to just kind of pull all my cards out as much as possible and say, how can I reach as many people as possible? So I needed the support of people like you, my content creators, my friends, and then also the publishers that I have great relationships with, which thankfully is a lot of them. Now I can screw this all up by doing this, but the whole idea is to get games in people's hands during the time of need. And honestly, what that means is just if it's one game, it doesn't matter if it's new or used, it's got a ding in it or not. It's going to be a game that's going to help you and your partner, you and your family, send to your grandparents so they can play a game, for people who are away from their game groups, all these different situations. I got people who are disabled, they just want to play a game by themselves, just to get into it. And even like shelters that I've sent the games to already, and clubs who are excited about starting up again. All those people, I want games in your hands. And of course, the haves will always have games. I'm giving away games. Don't worry, I'm giving away games. But I am looking for people who also, need them more than anything. And I knew once I announced the titles that I was going to give away, a ton of people were going to sign up to be here. But that's fine. But we are really trying to address the needs of everybody at this point, and I decided to do this solo co-op giveaway because of you guys, like all of us, the solo community, and you're part of it, Mike, and we're just let's give back to these people, the people that support us all this time. So that's kind of what I'm selling at this point. I guess that's what I'm selling at this point. The opportunity for people to have fun and enjoy the games that we enjoy, especially this weekend till Monday. We're gonna be trying to get any. There are some big ones, some of my favorite ones. So, except Mage Knight. So, yeah, we're giving away a lot of games.
No, that's awesome, man, and I'm so proud of you for doing this effort. I think it's really amazing. I know that just for
Yeah.
me and my 7-year-old, my 4-year-old, my wife, and our roommate, we got five of us in the house here, and we were just playing Deckscape like on our floor earlier today, like doing a puzzle. My 4-year-old was just like playing with the cards. I mean, yeah, games are the way to, at least for me, and I think for a lot of the people probably watching right now, the way to survive, the way to like make it through this, stay sane, stay safe. So, no, I think this is really awesome what you're doing.
Yeah, man, and I'll be honest with you. So I set up a separate email that you can email me and kind of share your story. And it's not for me to just sit there and just wallop and and people's stuff, but it's I feel like people do want to be heard too and stuff, but they want to be heard. And I'm reading all these emails. I'm reading every single one because my job has been kind of boring lately. So I've been reading every single one. And a lot of people, man, they're hurting. I mean, they are hurting. They don't have families like we do. Their partner may have been traveling and they can't get back to them.
Yeah.
I've had that one. Like I've had people get hurt, then get fired. Like all kinds of stuff. Just I can't even share these stories, but there's so many ones you just like, oh my god, like that's terrible. And I don't expect people to just make up these long drawn out lies. It's not the time for that. I mean, most people just aren't. They're going to be hurting.
Yeah, man.
Like are going to be hurting. And I even think a person that will lie to get a game probably is hurting. So that's how I feel. Like you lie to get a game, more than likely you're hurting at some point internally or whatnot. So I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Let's get some games in your hand, small ones, medium ones, box of ones, big ones, if I can. So that's what I told me. If I can, I always do what I can if I can. So that's my
Yeah,
move.
man.
And I'm thankful that not only are the publishers supporting me, but other people, donors have helped with a little bit of shipping costs to help get things where they need to go. I mean, I can't send stuff to Canada or Mexico, but I did try to help a couple people. We got some boxes going out, and I'm really excited where they're going because we have here's one really cool one. There's a box going to this Anchorage, Alaska, like school district, and this guy literally flies out over to Anchorage, Alaska, and he goes out to these little islands. I think it's called Akataki Village, and he goes around and he flies to these little villages and drops off board games at each one. And then he goes back around. When he goes back around, it's either by boat or a small plane. And he goes back and he picks them up and gives them other games. And there's this one little village where they have 8 people, and the 8 people are all solo players. So he was like, "So could you send some solo games?" He's like, "We have 8 solo people on one island. Like they just
Yeah,
don't."
I love the idea that they just like don't
So
communicate to each other. They're like, no, no,
yeah,
no, you
he's like,
stay over there.
yeah, he's like,
I'm playing some Mage
I
Knight.
got one with 10. Yeah, he's like, I got one with 10. They all play together all the time. I got this one island where they just don't play together. They don't come out of their house. They just sit alone. So he's like, they're coronavirus proof. They're good to
Yeah,
go.
that's right.
So
They have
yeah,
mastered social distancing already.
yeah, they master social distancing. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do, man.
That's great, man.
That's what we're trying to do,
So do you wanna do some giveaways first? You want to jump into some solo talk and
dude.
do the
You know what?
giveaways later?
We should just probably start right
All right,
away,
man.
man. We
Well,
just there's a lot to give away. I thought about it and I was like, holy crikey, we got a bunch of stuff to give away. So I am just going to randomly start giving this stuff away to people in the comments. Now I want to be clear. I'm not going to for this right here. This is a pack of Button Shy games, and this is also a game of Squire for Hire, which has an expansion right now on Kickstarter. This is a really cool little wallet game. But if you don't know about Button Shy, they are great games for travel, and they're great games to just break out at any point. I keep about 5 or 10 of them on me at all times because they're great 1-2 player games, but they are also good solo. And two of my favorite games of all time, for the wagons with the Lone Cowboy expansion. Just some of my favorites. So I'll be looking through the comments. I'll just randomly pick people. And if you're in the continental U.S., and I'm so sorry if you're not in the continental U.S., you can't win this stuff. I can't afford to ship all this stuff all over the world. I'm sorry. And I don't have enough backing behind me to do so as well. So if you would like to do that, you just go ahead and stay in the comments. I will reach out to you. I will tell you, hey, you this person won. Please contact me. But I'm going to go ahead and put this. You can put the email in the show notes. I'll just tell you this is where you're going to contact me for a lot of stuff. And I'll just put it in there and make sure people know that.
yeah, and I'll make sure that gets onto the video notes when we're all done.
If you win, you're just literally going to get like 5 games. So it's going to go to you. you'll have all you'll be good to go for solo for 15 to 20 minutes at all times. So let me just go ahead and do that one more time. Jamba PGMVM at gmail.com. So if I say, hey, you won, that's going to be the email address. And also, this is the place where you would email me if you have a story you would like to share, and that kind of stuff. That's all I can tell you. I'm going to kind of keep doing that. That's going to be my first giveaway. I'm just going to pick somebody out of the comments. I do have several of them, but we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. All right, we're kind of flying at the seat of our pants on this thing here. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and cycle through. There we go. I'm going to pick this random person. I'm going to pick the first person that entered. It is Twisted J. Twisted J, you are the winner of this Bot and Shy pack. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think, if you're not excited about this, I will send this to somebody else. I will gladly send this to somebody. This is a lot of freaking awesome game right here. Like, this is pound for pound, like stuff you need to have on you every day. Because you'll never be bored. Like, you have these, you'll never be bored. So yeah, please contact me. Once again, it's going to come up in this here right there.
Yeah, and if you scroll up in the chat, he's got his email in there twice. You just want Twisted J to email you and
Twisted. Yeah, Twisted J, email me.
Okay.
All right, Twisted J. I'm gonna put that on the side. Twisted J. All right, Twisted J, Button Shy.
Yeah, congratulations, Twisted J. That's great. I have a couple of those already, and they're very good.
Yeah, they are very good. They're very good. You just have them on you, man. Keep one or two of those in your pocket. Hopefully, you enjoy it, man.
So do you want to talk some solo games and then get back to another giveaway? Like do a solo game each, or just keep rolling with the giveaways?
Yeah, because I I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good already. I got the scotch going, so I'm feeling awesome.
Yeah, I didn't bring my drink of choice, man. So I'm just sitting here.
You know what? Let's do another giveaway because we have no context for this. Like we just have zero context for this. So let me go grab this.
I mean, I'm excited too, man. What you got?
All right.
Oh yeah.
So Football Highlights is the sequel to a game called Baseball Highlights. It's not the exact sequel, but it is part of a series. Okay. And and it is part of a new game that just came out. This is the one that came out, but there is the first one that came out. It is called Baseball Highlights. I think it's called 2045. I think it is Baseball Highlights 2045. Interestingly enough, I've never played the game, but we're going to give away one copy of this. All right. Oh boy, I'm not covering this up all the way. All right, here we go. I want to give away one copy of this to a person who can tell me who the designer is, and you must also tell me who is the Football Highlights two-time champion. I'm sorry, the two-time
Baseball Highlights.
Baseball
right?
Highlights.
Yeah, football's too soon.
Champion. So you have to give me the designer of Baseball Highlights, and also who is the two-time back-to-back champion of Baseball Highlights.
I'm looking at the comments, just waiting to see who wins.
and I'm serious. This guy, he's punishing. My friend interviewed him, Jesse from Quackalope. He interviewed this guy. He's awesome. He's an awesome dude, and he's ready to punish you. So
yeah, and I met him at one of the Unpub conventions. He was one of the keynote speakers.
Yeah, so I really love that game. This game right here, this Football Highlights. So if you're looking for a nice solo game, this one right here is brutal. Okay, so yep, first person who gets that one.
Yeah, y'all didn't know there was gonna be a trivia component here, did you?
Got it straight from Eagle Griffin. More than likely, you'll get it in like a week or two. So yeah, go ahead and figure that one out. All right, go ahead and figure that one out. All right, let's see here. All right, we'll go ahead and cut it there, and then we'll go ahead and go to the top 5, and then I'll break it up a little bit.
All right, yeah, and I don't see anybody who's gotten both answers yet. I see some people throwing out some. All right, do you want to start us off? What's one of your top solo games of 2020 so far, Jeremy?
Okay, so we're talking top 5 so far this year, first quarter of the year, right? One of the first games that I played this year was a game that I didn't work on. It was one of the first games that it was in the first pool of games I tested. Like tested. and it was on sheets of paper, literally on sheets of paper. No minis, no nothing. I think the characters were like bits,
Hey, Jeremy, to
and
pause you for a second,
yeah,
it looks like
it
I
is.
think like 3 or 4
Dave the
people
art.
got it like at the same time. I think
Look,
Jake.
wait. This is good though. This is good. Hold on. This is good. I have Jake
Yeah, that's the
Sanders,
first one I see.
Jake Sanders, and and Patrick.
Wait, how are you gonna do two, Jeremy?
They just made it easy. I have
What?
to.
Yeah, because they were almost simultaneous, man. They were almost
I
simultaneous.
have to. You made it easy. I have to. I figured if I had to make people look for it, more than likely I would get like some at the same time. So I was like, otherwise I'd just make up some bull
Yeah, man.
like on the fly. So
Oh, that's so great.
okay, base.
So here's a Jake Sanders and Patrick Devlin. Find the email from earlier in the stream. Send an email to Jeremy, and I guess he'll hook you up.
There you go. It's coming in right now. It's coming in
That's
hot.
great, man. All right, so sorry, Jeremy, we kind of interrupted you. So what were you talking about with your solo stuff?
Okay, so yeah, it came in a manila envelope and some strips of paper. This game is called Arena the Contest, and Arena the Contest is my number 5. It is it's basically like a sort of a love letter to D&D in a sense. You got all these different characters, and there is a crap ton of them, and you're basically dungeon crawling. Now the game PvP game at heart, and you can feel that. But at the same time, it is definitely a story-driven game. They did a lot of work to try to get this story together, and it works with some, with some caveats to it as far as like how much did they invest in the character development. Well, I don't know if they necessarily did too well at that because a lot of the stuff is just plus ones and plus, I'm sorry, like plus tens, plus one of this. And the AI is sort of simple, but the core of what's going on there and the abilities, and you're just chucking D20s and playing it out on how you're going to use your abilities. And the abilities are cool. The minis are cool. And the writing's not bad at all. And there's a little bit of choose your own adventure in there. The boss fights are quite complex, and they're really fun. And you can play these as one-offs. So I really, really enjoy that game. I do give that one a high recommendation. And I talked with the designer, one of the designers of the game, during the new expansion and stuff like that. And some of the things that I was really serious about not liking too much, they're already addressing that right away, especially with the character development. And they wrote several things about how they're developing that moving forward, which really makes me excited about what they're doing in the future. And they have big plans for this, and I think they're gonna meet them because they actually care. They got the team, they got the editing, they got all that stuff, and it's got that core. It's got the core that people are familiar with, and that's that good old D20. Chuck it. So, yeah, Arena of the Contest, man.
Yeah, and I think Colin did a playthrough of that on our channel. And I think Barrett is playing it too, although he only pretty much records Kingdom Death Monster for One Stop Co-op Shop. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. All right, I'll hit my number
Good.
one, and then we can do some more or do the giveaway again if you want. My number
Okay.
one's not too surprising. That's why I'm starting with this one. I've mentioned it before. It's kind of cheating because I technically played the game earlier this year. But what I'm talking about here is Root. And sorry, what I mean is I played it earlier last year. So
Okay.
Root had the fan variant for solo and co-op play for a while,
Sure.
but it finally became official when things shipped this year. And it probably would have been like my number one or number two game of last year if I could have included it, but it wasn't like published solo co-op yet. But now it is, and I
Yeah.
friggin' love Root. I love playing with those different factions. I love mixing and matching in solo, like which guys are opposing me. I love that if I use the fan content and not just the official stuff, which is just the 4 base factions, I can even have like
Okay.
some, NPC otters and throw in like even like the new. I think they
Yeah.
got like the crows ready to go and the moles ready. So, sorry, go ahead, Jeremy. What did you say?
No. Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. So I got this. Okay, you just keep talking for a second. So I'm gonna grab
Oh,
some.
all right,
I'll
all
be
right.
back. Go ahead. You go.
Yeah, so Root, if you haven't played it, it is like a lot of combat and sort of area control, but each of the factions is incredibly diverse and unique in how they score their victory points, in like the tricks they can do. But It's from Leader Games, who did Vast, and I found Vast a little bit cumbersome, but Root has a lot more consistency in the mechanics and like how each of the factions functions and how they moves and that kind of stuff. So I love Root. It's fun co-op too. I've done a solo playthrough. I think I'll do a co-op one eventually too. But yeah, Root, definitely one of my number five or top five co-ops of the year so far. Again, it kind of sneaks in from last year.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let your playthrough teach me how to play.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I will say the playthrough that I filmed, they changed a couple of very minor things in the official publish spots to make it easier. Yeah. But like generally, if you watch my playthrough, you'll be seeing the same stuff as a published thing. The one frustrating thing is they totally messed up the Irie, like the birds. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
They messed them up on the thing you have there. Like they are misprinted and they will not work in a lot of cases. They can just get into like a redundant, like kind of circle around thing. So if you watch my video and how the Irie works in my video and you follow that, you'll be good to go.
Okay. This, I was gonna say this is the Clockwork.
Yeah.
Clockwork expansion.
That's what it looks like when it's all official. Okay. But I had my nice, black and white paper versions for a while there.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. Very excited about that. All right, I'm watching your playthrough, dude. I'm gonna learn how to play that game.
Man, hope you enjoy it. All right, you want to hit us with your second one, Jeremy?
All right, our second one, which it looks like I crossed out. Oh, there we are. Okay, that one is a Renegade game. That was on Kickstarter, and it's kind of a bag builder. It is called Warp's Edge. Now, in Warp's Edge, you're kind of playing this ship, and honestly, it's part of the solo series that they had. So last year they started with Proving Grounds, which is by Ken Klenko, and now you have a Scott Holmes design. And in this game, you are like a pilot. It's got a little bit of a story to it. You're kind of like this cocky pilot in pilot school. You're making a couple choices by reading this script to kind of decide what your kit is. And then you're going to be choosing between these different ships. I'm just going to pull them out, just to pull out one of them. And then you have different ships with different styles to them in a sense. But really, they just have shields and then their body. But the cool part about this game is the actual chips, because it's a bag building game, but you have these abilities that go into your bag. And then you also have like these beams that you shoot. You also have like this energy that's like coins. And then you also have what's called maneuvers, these things like this. And what you're going to be doing is fighting off waves of ships. You're fighting off these little kind of peon ships, and they get more and more harder as you go along. And what you're doing is playing these chips that come out of a bag, certain amount of chips, and then you're trying to like take them out before they get the chance to hit you back. And you have to get through the whole deck and then eventually fight the motherships. And all the motherships have different, like different styles. They even have one that has a dual form. They have like a duo one here. So they're really, this game is really, really interesting. Now, my friend Liz, Beyond Solitaire, by the way, check her out. She gave me hell because she loves Coffee Roaster. I mean, I love Coffee Roaster. And I think that is like one of my favorite bag builders, although it's super, it's kind of random. You make choices, but you get what you get, and you try to make the best rules possible. But I like this one. I'm sort of liking this one more. I'm not sure. All I know is that I haven't gotten rid of this prototype yet. So that's what I know. That's a good sign when you have a prototype that you don't want to get rid of. So it's right here. As you can see, it was only 5 feet away from me for a reason. So I'm really excited about this coming out. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to come out by Gen Con, because we may not have a Gen Con. So yeah, Warp's Edge is the shiznit. But I do love Coffee Roaster too. I decided to put this one in as a kind of like a backdoor entry there. I have no Kickstarter games on my list other than that one.
Yeah, so. That was my number 6. I like that game a lot, man. That one is really good. And it's definitely, for me, it's far above Coffee Roaster. I wasn't too hot on Coffee Roaster, so sorry to anybody who's a big Coffee Roaster fan. But Warp's Edge, that one was hot. Yeah. Another Kickstarter game that's going to be on my list. My only Kickstarter game on there, kicked it out of the spot. But it's a good one. I'm really excited whenever that eventually delivers. All right, so what is my number 2? Oh, I know. So my number 2 is one that I covered on the channel maybe a month and a half ago. This one actually surprised me.
I'm going back.
Oh, wait, what's up?
Yeah, I'm going backwards. Are we doing 5, 4, or are we doing 1, 2?
Oh, I didn't even have mine in order, man. I'm just talking about 5 games I like.
Oh, okay, they shouldn't be in order. Go ahead.
I think I'm covering mine in the order I did them, like on the channel. So my number
Oh,
two
okay. Go ahead.
is Mutants. This is Lucky Duck. Have you played this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So Mutants is a fun competitive game. You draft these cards. I think it's based on like some app game from way back when. I don't know. I never played it.
Yeah.
But you
I
draft
never.
like cards, and you're drafting, and then you're laying down the cards in this really simple play one card a turn like play across
Yep.
multiple rounds. And you're trying to like move this little power track up so that you're ahead of everybody else. So that's how competitive works, and it's really cool. But they added in this
Yeah.
solo mode, and man, it could have been so tacked on, but it is good. They got
Oh,
like these. They got two bosses in the base set, so you do need to buy some expansions for all the variety. But when you do it solo, you do deck construction, so it's like hitting up that like Arkham LCG, Lord of the Ring LCG love that I have. You construct your deck, and you go against a solo boss with their unique deck, unique powers. It was way, way better than I expected. Like this one blew me away with how much I enjoyed it. So yeah, Mutants definitely a surprise hit for me. I enjoy the competitive too, and the drafting is a lot of fun. But solo, like trying out different combos of decks on BGG, somebody just started like they're doing like a little challenge league. They'll be like, hey, try
oh.
out this type of deck with this type of boss. So it's just fun, dude. I really like that
Uh,
one.
yeah. That one right there. So I played that back when it was on for Kickstarter preview,
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
they talked to me about the solo, Jesse Wright and Sing Fu Lim. Yeah. So yeah. And they made good solo
Yeah, man.
stuff. So I was like, yeah, let me check this out. Yeah, that game, that's low. You know what, dude? I gotta buy that game.
Yeah, because I think they sent me that and It's a Wonderful World at the same time. And that was a good 1-2 punch of gaming right there. Like they got some good
Yeah,
stuff going on.
I gotta get that. I'm so glad you
Yeah,
reminded me
yeah, you do
too.
need to get on that.
Yeah, I need to get that. Okay. Yeah, man.
All right, Jeremy, you want to do
Well,
another
hey,
giveaway before we get to 3, 4, 5?
yeah, let's do it. I was trying to organize myself
I
over
mean, well, hey,
here.
man, I can talk again if you need more time.
No, 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 no. Okay, I think. Oh, yeah, I got it. You go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. I forgot to
All right,
grab it. Here we go.
so I'll just jump ahead of Jeremy, talk about my number 3. And actually, this is an appropriate one. Jeremy, I don't know if you can hear me, but this is one that Jeremy and I did a podcast episode together. First time Jeremy was on our podcast. It was awesome to have him on there. And that is Atlantis Rising Second Edition. Colin had suggested this a long time ago, and I'd never gotten around to playing the first edition. But second edition, man, it is fun as heck co-op, and it is fun as heck solo. Solo, if you play true solo, the way the rules are set up, it is tough as anything. They give you so few actions. Now, they do give you more luck mitigation, so solo feels less random, but more desperate. But yeah, it's sort of like Forbidden Island-ish, like you're trying to save a floating island, in this case Atlantis. Well, you're trying to save the people, you can't save the island. But it has lots of variety in the components you can construct. Colin did a full playthrough of this, and I did a review. This one, again, kind of like Mutants, was way better than I expected. So yeah, Atlantis Rising, second edition. Jeremy, shout out to you since we did the episode together. Love that game. Definitely one of my top 5 of 2020 so far. For solo. I love it for co-op too, though. It is a great co-op game. Might even be a better co-op game. But solo is also
I,
excellent, man. You agree with that, Jeremy? You still
oh,
liking Atlantis Rising?
I'm at a loss for words with that game, man. That game. You know, it's just when you get the experience right, like that's the best part. Like you should feel this tension, and that's what that game makes you feel it. You know, it makes you feel the pressure of your choices, and that happens randomly. And if it doesn't feel bad when you lose, but you had like a good ride the whole time, that's a good thing. That game, yeah, it just gets it, man. I don't know what it is. It just works. It just works at all cylinders, and it's beautiful to look at. And it feels thematic enough, whatever theme they're shooting for, you know.
Yeah,
Because
like
the
like what
game,
they did. I think we talked about this in the podcast, like how they just like looked up some like ancient Roman armor and they're like, we're just gonna throw this in there because it'll be cool. Yeah, I mean they put some thought into that and that graphic design. Oh my god, and the components. Jeez, man.
dude, like you're flipping tiles over, and it looks like it's washing. That's visually stunning. Like that's stunning. You know, like I don't care about that stuff all the time, but like when you do it that well, you can't help but pay attention because it gives you such a table presence, especially for a solo gamer. When you're a solo gamer, it's a great way to keep the immersion going. And when you flip over these cards, the things that are happening to you, are, they put like they keep you in it. Sorry, man, my throat is killing me.
You got to drink some more scotch, man.
I got to drink some more scotch. You're right. So yeah, that game right there, man, it's such a hit to me. That was a home run. Elf Creek Games. I'm so happy they're doing well with that game. Dude, buy. I never tell people what to do with their money, but that one right there, yeah, it's a tough one, but I like it.
All right, Jamie, you ready for another giveaway now that we're halfway through the list?
Yes, we are. I'm going to go ahead and give away one of the low-key favorite games that people don't talk about. It is, since I'm not giving away Mage Knight, I'm going to give away this Champions of Hara. Now, I don't know if have you played Champions of
I
Hara?
haven't, man. I haven't even heard of it.
Oh my god.
So you can just forget the giveaway to send it to me.
Okay, basically you're in these dreams that you have. Each one of them has like their own spiritual journey or whatever, and you're going around to these different, I think it's like 6 areas or whatnot, and you're going around these boards taking out these monsters at each one, and there's like a day and a night cycle to it. But it has this system similar to Mage Knight on how the cards play out. So the reason why people like this game is that it's sort of like Mage Knight. Not Mage Knight, it's sort of like Mage Knight. So it has some of the same cards list. I can't remember how it is, but it's like the way you use the card, it actually holds it for a turn, and then it takes another effect, and then it comes back off into your hand. So it has like a kind of like a 2-step to it. It has some similarity to it, and it's just enough where some people like this just as much as Mage Knight.
Okay, don't say that, man. I got to track down a copy.
Man, I'm telling you now, I almost walked off a podcast where my buddy Jason said that. Jason Perez from Every Night's Game Night, I almost walked off a podcast. First time in history somebody walked off a podcast. This right here, I'm going to give somebody this game. But you have to find a little known fact. You have to go and find this game. Now, they do not only make games like this, they make Folklore. Folklore is one of my favorite RPG box games, one of my favorite big box games ever. But they make a cute little game. I'm going to call it a family game. It is a cute little game that involves animals. If you can find that game, you win a copy of Champions of Hara.
Oh, another trivia question. I don't know the answer to this one at all, man.
It's such a cute little game, and it's such a cute little game, and it's fun, and nobody knows it. So if there's ever a sale on this game, I'll tell you a little bit about it. But yeah, this one right here, they have a cute little game. It involves animals.
So the same publisher, you're saying? Same publisher.
Yep, same publisher.
Okay.
By the way, you have to know what the publisher is.
Well, you're kind of showing it right now, aren't you?
I'm not going to tell you. So,
we got a few guesses. I don't know if that's right, though.
Nope, it's not called that.
Oh, okay.
Nope. There you go, Barbarians. There you go. Jake Sanders, clean it up.
No. Adolf got in there first.
He put Barbarians.
No, he put Barbarian. He spelled it the same way. He just didn't have the all caps in the middle.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I don't know. Can we accept that since Jake already won one?
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, I didn't say he couldn't wear. So yeah, where is it? Where is it at? Adolf.
Yeah, Adolf Pernal looks like.
Adolf Pernal.
So you want to hit up that? So Adolf, he's going to send his email out in there again, and you can email him, and he'll figure out some Champions of Hara shipping.
Okay. Adolf.
Yeah, there we go. Approve that.
Oh my God, dude, you're gonna be so happy.
I'm excited on his behalf.
Champions of Hara, like you're gonna be so happy. The only killer point to that is that the only killing point to this game is that each one of them has like their own little spiritual thing going on. Their dreams that they have. They have like their own backgrounds and their own issues that they have. So you have one part that's competitive, one part that's cooperative, another part that's solo. So like some of them have like co-op solo, like there's different developments in their whatever. But then there's like some of them will have one competitive one. So there's a little bit of that inconsistency with that, which is why it's just pales in comparison to Mage Knight. It's not even close. It's ridiculous that anybody would use it in the same sentence as Mage Knight. But it is a very good game. Um, it's a very, very good game. And it has an expansion with more stuff in it too. I'm going to leave it there though. Enjoy. Tell the world about it. That game's fantastic. The system is fantastic though, man. I'm not even doing it justice. All right.
Let's
So is going to do champions.
right. And Jeremy, I kind of skipped over your number 3 while you were getting the stuff. So I did Atlantis
Well,
Rising.
we bumped into each other. I have Arena of the Contest, Warp's Edge, and I had Atlantis Rising.
Ha! See, man, we're just kindred spirits right here.
Yeah, man. I had.
I will we'll
You know
give it a
what?
little bit of your love.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sub. I'm gonna sub in. All right. Here we go. We'll sub one in.
Okay, just we don't have
I'm
any
gonna go
repeats.
ahead
I
and add.
support that.
I'm gonna add this one in. Big Book of
Oh
Madness.
yeah. I played
Okay.
that.
So the Big Book of Madness had an expansion just recently. It is called the Fifth Element. Now, what happened was the Fifth Element is like this dark element. It is like a wild, and you can use it. It also presents different problems, of course, right? So you can use it in place of another element to help your elements out, and then you can combine it with them to do certain things too. But they also added this book, this other little book on the side, and it's a book of spells. So now they have like a little book. It's purple, like this one on the cover, and then it's opened up, and it costs black, dark matter, to use the spells that are in it, and it increases the spell power the more you use it. So if you use the weaker spell, it stays there, but if you use the more powerful spell, it turns the page, and it becomes more expensive to use those spells. So that's a really, really cool little thing. They also added, more beasts, more students, and stuff like that. But they also added this kind of new way to go crazy. So in the game, what you're doing is your students who've opened up this book you shouldn't have, and it's got all these beasts in it and stuff like that. And you have to pay. You have to basically, on your turn, use your combination of spells to work together to take out these curses as they move across the board at the bottom. And if they cycle through and you don't take them out, then they cause something, they do something to you that's devastating. If you win, they do something awesome. But there's one thing that happens when you shuffle your deck. Each time you will add madness to your deck. Now in the this expansion, they have this thing called phobias. So now you shuffle those in the deck, and then when you get a phobia, they have different abilities, like they take over your support spots, because support spots are how you share cards between each other. So they fill up your support slots, and if they do, then you get afraid, you cower, and you quit. So now they have this other little pressure, and you can have 10 of those and 10 of the other things too. It just applies different pressure because each phobia has something that happens. So it's not just like a card. It actually has like you can't use your spell this turn because you're afraid. You have to give one card. You have to discard 2 cards because you're freaked out, and it's all modular. You don't have to use it, but I had a lot of fun with this. I took a big L on this one live on Solo Sunday about 2 weeks ago, and I got to the last page, and he took the entire discard deck of all the madness that I had that I destroyed and put it back in there. And I had to put it all in there and fill my hand with phobias. We were done. So I was like, man, dude. But that game is hard. It's hard. It's brutal. It's hard. And it's a big turnoff for some people because it's hard. Like, it's very hard. And I don't know. I just like the way it works together. I think it's a really great 2-player game. So if you're playing with somebody, it's one of those perfect games for like couples to play, or just you and a buddy. I haven't ever played it beyond that player count, but it is also a very good 2-handed solo puzzle of a game. But this expansion really takes it up a notch, and it was much needed. Same awesome artwork, great game to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say the original was fine for me, but everything you're saying for the expansion definitely sounds like it would take it up a big notch.
Yeah, so I really like that game. I really appreciate this one. I'm glad they finally went back to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how some publishers hold off for 5 years to give you this. So
I guess you got to do what you got to do, man.
yeah, 5 years.
All right, so
Yes, I don't know.
we got your pinch hitter in there,
Yeah,
Big
a
Book
lot
of
of playtesting
Madness.
there.
All right, so you
All
want
right,
me
so that was my
to
Big Book of
do
Madness.
my
So,
number 4?
yeah, you got it.
All right, so number 4, number 5. This is kind of a sneak preview for the One Stop Co-op Shop viewers because I just filmed the playthroughs for both of these last night. So number 4, this one was sent to me by one of our Slack members and also a play tester for our big robot game that's coming up sometime. And that is Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition. You ever played this, Jeremy?
Ooh, yeah,
Oh my
baby.
gosh, man.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
am
my God.
I'm a zombie
Oh,
nut. I love me
oh,
some Resident Evil. I love me some Night of the Living
dude, dude.
Dead. I love like Zombieland. I like reading like zombie stories. I've designed zombie games that haven't been published just for my own entertainment. I love me some zombies.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Zeds. I mean, all I gotta say is it is the most epic, the most
Oh,
cinematic.
dude,
Like I feel like I'm living a movie. You know what I mean?
everything. I mean, like, you're putting up these
Oh my
barricades. It's
gosh.
like, dude, hold the line. And then you're just like, oh my God, no, run back.
Yeah,
Let's run
man.
back.
And the
Somebody
the
gets away.
variety and the characters
Dude,
and just like the
it's
crazy
it's
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah. So I
Dude,
won't say too much more because playthrough and video of that are coming in the
dude,
next probably week or so. But yeah, man, I am loving me
that
Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition. Absolutely.
that's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
Dude, that game. Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
That game. I don't like that's one of those games where like I'm not even that big of a zombie fan. That is like that game right there is like screw that. This is just like awesome experience. It's tough. It's gonna test your mettle as a solo player. You're gonna make all these man. You're just gonna have to make some sacrifices. There's so many cool little setups to that game. I mean, you can amp it up as much as you want, which is great. And that's the best part about it. It scales to how good you are at the game in a sense, if you
Yeah,
want
and that
to.
goes
So
to a question Bones just had in the chat. He said, "Isn't it hard to learn?" And that was like a big complaint about 1st and 2nd edition. So 3rd edition,
yes,
they have like the basic play, and then you
yes,
just add it on one level at a time. And the
yep,
playthrough I did is like level 3, I think.
yeah.
But I fully recommend what they say. Like, don't think like I got this and just throw it all in at once.
No, do not.
Start at the
You
basic
get right.
level. That's I mean I love the basic. I might just play that. I'll play that with my son. Like I don't need to go all the way like whole hog all the time. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
my 4th
Oh,
out of 5.
oh.
Love it.
Go whole
Oh
hog.
my gosh,
All right,
man.
my Overwatch people out there. All right, I'm a one man apocalypse. All right,
Jeremy. All right, what's
all right,
your
man.
what's your 4th, man?
All right. So, oh, what the heck? Oh man, you know what it is, dude. It's my. Actually, no. I'm gonna go left from that. It is Isle of Cats, man. Isle of Cats, dude.
Oh, the
Are you
chat
kidding?
called it. I had like 5 people way up
Are
there being
you
like, "It's got to be
kidding
Isle of
me?
Cats."
Oh, dude, if you were watching me that day when I was playing Isle of Cats, I was lit. I was so excited. It's such a zen game. I mean, basically, we don't care about the theme. It's cats everywhere, right? It's pretty cats everywhere, and it's a card drafting game. But in this one, you don't. You basically draft your own cards. If you're playing solo, you're playing against this AI cat. And the cool part about that is that the AI can be different each time, and it's based on what the cards you draw as well. So you're choosing your own destiny. You have a little bit of unpredictableness of how it's going to play out for the AI, and it works every freaking time. I was like, oh my God, like Frank, you figured it out. Like you figured it out. Like this is it's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. Like it is almost a perfect game for what it's doing. It is almost a perfect game because it it gives you great multiplayer at max count. It has a family mode that basically is just playing Tetris on a boat, and then it's got solo play. Like there's there's really nothing wrong with the game other than like there are people who are clearly going to know what to do with the public cards and your like if your personal cards like if people know how to manipulate the public cards to kind of take advantage at the right time, that's a thing. Or somebody drafts better than you and kind of knows what to do. But for solo, I mean, it's literally like you're flipping these things over and it's deciding which one of these things to take away. And that's kind of maybe the only flaw that I really find is that you got to figure out which tiles to take, and you're going to have spots like missing, and you're going to be like, oh wait, if there's no 4 or 5 and this is 6, like which one is 6? Do I take? So there's space that can be kind of ambiguous, but I would say Atlantis Rising and Isle of Cats are like right there on par with each other so far this year. Like they are just home runs. Very relaxing game to play versus a not so relaxing game
Right.
to play, which is which is basically me in a nutshell. I like that. A little bit of chaos, real chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard good things,
Real
man.
shit.
I have not gotten a chance to play it yet. I'm definitely excited to. All right, so Isle of Cats, that's your second one, right? So we each got one left.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll finish
So
up
we should.
mine. Oh, what do you say?
Okay. No, we should give something
Yeah,
away,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
We got big stuff.
Let's pause the list and give away, and then we'll finish up our
Okay.
last items.
So okay. So this is the beginning of the big stuff here. Not that baseball highlights wasn't big enough. Hold on.
I mean, basically everything you've given away has been big, except for the button shot at the beginning.
Oh. Uh, all right.
Yeah, you better zoom out for that, man.
So I just weighed this before I got up. Brought this downstairs, and this Hexplorer weighs 19 pounds if you have every single expansion. So you would have to have the first and second Kickstarter with the expansions. Okay. Now, this is by a Wisconsin designer. His name is John Mariucci. He is Mariucci Designs. He used to be a map maker. I think he was like a cartographer or something like that. And he got into board games because he won these competition, and I think he was also like a D&D player. So he made this game based off that, like these maps that he had. He actually had like old school maps that he had drew that were the beginnings of this, which is pretty cool, right? So I thought, like, he asked me. I asked him, would you be able to give some things away? Well, he sent me 6 of these, like this. All right. So he sent me 6 full sets of this. Now, over this weekend, while we're doing this big giveaway, all of them will be accounted for by you, the solo people who fill out these forms. But I wanted to give away at least one big one to somebody in the audience. But you got to do a little work. Okay? You got to do a little work for this one. Here we go. So, Jesus Christ, what did I put? Okay. You have to be able to answer this. In order to get to this whole pack, you need to know the name of all 3 Hexplorer, all 3 Hexplorers. Okay, so there are 3 currently. They have all finished on Kickstarter. I will help you out. One of them just finished, just recently. So you have to come up with all 3. Not only will you have the first expansion, you'll have the first one, you'll have the return to it. There's always return. One of these, and then a return to it. Okay, so you won't get the third one. You'll get everything up to this point. Okay, and if you play Hexplorer before, have you played Hexplorer?
I have.
You're getting a crap ton.
Yeah. Oh no. It is. I mean, we just played the first base set, and that was already a ton. I can't believe there's 4 boxes and more coming.
You're not. I mean, you're walking the lines of almost too much. Okay. So yeah, if you don't know what a Hexplorer it is basically like it's a little bit of everything. Whoa. And with the
okay. Oh my gosh.
Speed,
I think Successful Geek looked first, right?
We have Successful Geek. Successful Geek is the first one.
Wow, man.
All right. Successful Geek. All right. Successful Geek. All right. Look at you know what? Thomas Helms is low key. He's low key creeping on me, man. He's been finding all the good giveaways. I see this, man. He's following me all over the place with good reason. With good reason. Boy, you guys are on it tonight. You're on it tonight. But yeah, this one is gonna go to you. Once again, that was
Successful Geek.
Successful Geek. And by the way, Successful Geek, can you write your name so I know who you are when you contact me?
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah, I need to know your name.
There's a little bit of a delay. It should pop up soon. I'm glad he won because before you announced the contest, he had written out, I just kickstarted the newest expansion. And like he said what it was, so he had helped out everybody else in their research. So it's cool
Oh,
that he won anyway. Either he gave them one of the
yeah, I know.
titles.
Yeah, Successful Geek. Please send me your name because I want to make sure I know that when you contacted me. But we'll put that in there. Successful Geek.
And somebody has asked, is this better than Gloom of Killforth? I think I'd
Ooh,
put Killforth above Hexplort by a little bit. Which way would
yeah.
you go?
Yeah.
Put you on the spot, man.
You know what it is? This game. Okay, so if you were just talking about Valley of the King, sure. Like, yeah, sure. But like the Forest of Admon, man, because I think he took the feedback on the art and stuff. Like, I just like the journey in this game. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I like the journey. This game has so much exploration feel to it. Gloom of Killforth just is so dead sexy. It's hard to get past that. It's no, I'm serious. It's hard to get past that. And if you feel like you're doing this cool stuff, whereas like this does feel more like you're like blips on the, like you're kind of blipping things off, rolling and whatever. But for some reason, like I don't know, man. I just connect with this one more. But I want to play the shadow, the other one, the newer one
Yeah,
that I
see, I've
have
played
over
all of
here.
Killforth. I've only played the first set for Hexplore. By the way, the guy did put his name in there if you want to write it down. It's Adam
Adam
Teese. Yeah, Adam
Teeth.
Teese. All right. Congratulations, Adam.
All right, Adam Teeth. Yeah, buddy. All 19 pounds coming to you. Hopefully you're here in the U.S. Otherwise, you just lost out.
Oh my God, don't say that.
Unfortunately, just remember, if you lost out, unfortunately, I hate to tell you. All right.
All right, should we hit him with both of our not number ones, but last ones on our list?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start.
I'm
Or
gonna play another one, dude.
okay, now, go ahead, do it. Or do you want me to talk about my number one while you get it ready?
Nope, I got one right here.
Oh yeah, do it.
You guys are gonna do the work. You've been doing the work, and I love it. And I said I was gonna give away at least 6, right? I'm gonna give away 7 things. So, um, you are going to receive. So these are Tiny Epic games. The Tiny Epic Defenders, one I've never played, and Tiny Epic Tactics, that one I've never played as well. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Tiny Epic games.
I'm right there with you, Jeremy. Although
Now,
Defenders was a better one for me. Defenders was
now,
better for me.
now, the thing about this is that I talked to the publisher, and he was like, "Well, did you love them at one time?" I said, "Yes, I love Tiny Epic Galaxies and Beyond the Black. I love those games. I will always recommend those to new solo players because they are great games. But the ones that, like, what was that? The Tiny Epic Quest, that was really disappointing to me. And I know that was kind of nostalgic. The Mechs one just didn't attract me. The zombie one didn't attract me. So these things like that, I just wasn't feeling it. But I realized I'm doing something that I don't preach very often. I usually just buy these types of games and then play them and don't judge them because I buy a lot of crappy card games all the time for like 20 bucks, and I just, whatever, right? So I do. I buy a lot of crappy card games, and these are just around the same price, and I don't try them. So what I did was I talked myself into trying tactics because I am a big time tactics person. If you ever played, did you play Adventure Tactics by Eliteman Games?
I did. I like that one. And then
So
I played the heck out of Final Fantasy Tactics back in the
yeah.
day.
So I said to myself, like they can't just say that, and like, they can't just do this. So I figure it has to be decent. So I'll be playing this on a solo Sunday in the near future, and I'll be giving one away with the mat. So hopefully you like that. But tonight you have an opportunity to win these together. Okay, so one winner will win these together. I was going to break it up, but then I figured, we'll just put them together. They're actually from two kind of, different minds from years apart, right? So what I want you to do is there are a lot of tiny epic games, and we're not going to talk about the Heroes of Air, Land, and Sea. We're going to exclude that one. How many games as of now? How many tiny epic games are there as of now? Minus Heroes of Airland and Sea, which is not Tiny Epic. All right.
And not
How many?
expansions either. Not expansions either. Just like the
Nope.
core.
Tiny Epic.
Okay.
All right. Yep. I hope to God I got the right number too.
That'd be funny if they corrected you.
Like, dude, you're.
God, I'm trying to think what I would guess. Oh, we got a few numbers in there. Any of them right by your count?
Let me see. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. 1, 2.
I think we're just throwing out numbers without researching.
I did. I love it. Wait, did I say with? Did I say with expansions or without?
You said without expansions and no Heroes of Air and Sea.
Okay, so here we go. Hold on a second. I got to come back to you because I made that mistake. Hold on. I made that mistake. And I will give it to the first person who has the number I have. Kathy Delvin, 13.
Yep, that's the first 13 I see. There you go.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I did not specify. You talked me into it, Mike. I did not specify, unfortunately.
Don't blame me.
I'm not throwing you under the bus because all I did was I counted everything on the top on the click down menu, and I just counted those up, and they got it right, and I'm gonna give it to them. I'm sorry, that was a really bunk contest right there. That was bunk. That was terrible. That was really bad.
Jeremy just likes Kathy's name. There we go.
Yeah, Kathy. It sounded very, very relaxing. Kathy Delvin. Kathy Delvin, please email me at this address. Kathy Delvin.
I think it's Devlin.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh,
Devlin.
sorry.
Devlin.
Yeah, Kathy Devlin.
Kathy Devlin-y getting some Tiny Epic.
Alrighty. Yeah, Tiny Epic. So yeah, and I'll be honest with you, like I'm not gonna let them out. If I'm playing this and I'm not feeling it, but I have hope for this. It's tactics. I'm gonna give it its best shot, right? And I'm gonna let my heartstrings be pulled a little bit, and we shall see. But shout out to Sam Ho and Gamelin. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I mean, it's Scott Holmes. I don't want to, I don't want to just trash it.
Well, heck, man, you had Warp's Edge on your list earlier.
Yeah, man. So I always look forward to his stuff. So yeah, there you go. All right, let's do our number one because the monsters are coming. So
all right, I'll go first since you've been talking a lot. So my number one is another kind of sneak peek. This is actually for a Kickstarter, so I did cheat and put one Kickstarter on it, and the Kickstarter hasn't even launched yet. I think it's launching the 21st of this month. I did the playthrough last night. I'm sending my copy on to Liz, our friend that Jeremy already mentioned from Beyond Solitaire and Dice Tower. Very sad to let it go. This was my game of PAX U, Final Girl from Van Ryder Games, Final Girl. This is the new kind of implementation of the hostage negotiator system. It is solo only. Oh, man, look at you. You're going to enjoy it, dude. You're going to enjoy it. If you want, Jeremy, I'll send you a link to my video. It's already done. Just don't share it, and you can teach yourself that way. So, yeah, man, I already like hostage negotiator, but I love me some horror movies. Not just zombies. I already mentioned the zombies, but I love slashers. I love like kill count videos. Shout out to Dead Meat, my favorite YouTube video or channel for horror movies and stuff. Yeah, so Final Girl, it takes the slasher, it takes Friday the 13th, it takes Poltergeist and ghost movies. You can mix and match. You want to have Jason in a haunted house? Do it. You want to have the Poltergeist at Camp Crystal Lake? Do it. And it is tense. It is exciting. Like Dawn of the Zeds, it's so cinematic. They took some of the luck out of Hostage Negotiator, so it's a little bit more controlled in the luck aspect. But you can still get destroyed based on how the cards come out. But it is just so much fun, man. This is a day one back for me. Probably the Kickstarter I'm most excited for this year. I mean, hey, Frosthaven looks amazing. But this is a tiny game packing a huge punch. And I think with the Kickstarter, they're going to have 4 sets. So that gets you 4 killers in 4 locations. You can mix and match with miniatures for everything. Yeah, so I am all in for this. I love this game. So check out my playthrough and my review. They'll be live day one for the Kickstarter, April 21st, I think. Jeremy's going to cover it too. Super psyched for Final Girl from Van Ryder Games. All right, man.
Not only do I have a solo Sunday for that one, I think I'm giving away a full pledge on that one. So yeah, you might want to. Yeah, this one gets all the hype. I read the rules and I got excited. I was like not paying attention at my job. I was excited. So I'm
And the
excited.
the quick thing I'll say, I'll say this in my review too, but if you don't like Hostage Negotiator, you should still check this out because it is drastically different. Like just having a
Yeah.
board, having a map, having like actually moving around to save people and fight off the killer. It feels very different than Hostage Negotiator. If you like Hostage Negotiator, you will 100% like this. Well, I'll say 95%. But if you don't, I still think you got a good shot of loving this one. So yeah, there you go. What's your number one, man?
Yeah. So I didn't pick. Oh man, you know what it is, dude. Of course, you know what it is. It's Empires of the North. You
Oh
gotta be
yeah, yeah. I
kidding
should
me.
have known,
You
man.
gotta be kidding me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. This is my favorite game right now.
And it is so
Like,
good. I don't know why I haven't covered that yet, but man, that game is great. So tell us about it, Jerry.
okay, so Empires of the North is the movement forward from the Imperial settlers. So Imperial settlers, you basically are taking your deck. You have different factions, and you're basically trying to build your own little town, and you're kind of like fighting off other people. They had a campaign deck, a campaign that you could do, but it really was kind of drab. And what they did with Empires of the North is they changed the whole game on this one. Basically, they took, instead of having that general deck that you kind of add and build your deck out of, now you have your specific 30 card deck with your own features geared towards that clan of some sort, right? So you have one clan that's kind of a hoarder clan. You have one clan that's a little bit more, aptitude for ships. You got, like you have different ones that are good at like trading back and forth. There's one that's like good at repeating themselves over and over again. So you kind of build this build on itself engine. And what they did was with the solo mode is they create these scenarios that have additional actions on them that you can do each round. And then they also have like little events that you draw out of a jar. You don't know what they're going to be. You pull them out and they add, like something to kind of throw you off or, make it better. And some of these ones are really cool and thematic. And you kind of have a test of whether you can beat the threshold and also fulfill the requirements. And depending on what you choose as far as the decks being difficult, because there's a scale to these decks in a sense, that they make them harder to complete because some people are not as good at storing things, but you can try to like do this thing where you're storing for the winter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can try to do something that you're not good at and try to beat that. And this is one of those rare games where beat your score is fine. Like it really is because there's an objective of what you're doing and you got to make that objective work because it's giving you an actual scenario other than saying 40 points. It's giving you a set of actions to do that are very specific to that scenario. And this is why I feel like beat your score games are getting better because it's like we're putting you in a situation to score and we're giving you additional action to score and we're giving you specific things that are happening to you in the scenario to help you. So it's like that's why I like this one. But I recently played with the Japanese and the Romans. So yeah, that was really cool. And by the way, Portal has released that those scenarios today.
Nice.
So like the extra free ones, the one with the ice giants, that was really good. And then the one with the Japanese islands, if you pre-order it, you got it. But now you can get it for free and print it out because Ignacy is like so burnt out by the fact that he can't go play games
All
with other
right.
people.
Yeah, man,
So
because you were
yeah,
bumming me out when you were like, "Hey, there's more Empires of the North scenarios, don't you know?" And I'm like, "Man, where? I don't have that."
I know. So yeah, he put the file out in the solo board gamer group. So if you're in there, go to the group, and he put it in there today, I think. So just download it and you get all of it. So yeah,
All right.
I was like, dude, that's
So
sweet.
that is
Because I ripped
those
mine in
those are
half,
some
by the
hot
way.
games, man. I think we hit some good
Yeah,
ones this episode.
yeah. All right.
All right.
So so we know why we're here. All right,
Yeah, I was gonna
we
say
know
you gotta
why
have
we're
something else to close it out, right?
here. You know why we're here. All right, you know why we're here. Okay. So, uh, TMB, Too Many Bones by Chip Theory Games. Chip Theory Games is my favorite publisher. I don't think there's a better publisher. As far as quality, their titles, the customer service, the people behind them, and just their roster of games. I actually don't count the others like their little game thing. I don't count that one. But generally, their games are great. I even love Trip Lock more than most people because I like puzzles. I just love puzzles. So like Trip Lock is even great to me as well. I was gonna use that as a as a trivia, but I decided not to. All right. So this is gonna be pretty big. Okay, this is pretty big. Now, you do have to know a little bit about me, and also a little bit about Too Many Bones in order to win a copy of Too Many Bones. So I would suggest one, if you have a copy of Too Many Bones, you probably don't want to even try to win this. This is nothing different. You're going to win a copy of Too Many Bones. It's going to be sent to you directly from Chip Theory. No big deal, unless their factory shuts down. Because that's the reason why I'm doing this actually is because I want to give away the biggest prizes like these that I'm about to give away because they might shut down and I don't want you to be stuck with like, oh, I'm getting TMB and then they get shut down like tomorrow. Like so, trying to get those orders in hopefully. So Too Many Bones has these things called gearlocks. They are the people in this fantasy land that are trying to fight against the trolls and all that stuff like that, right? There have been an array of these guys have come out, ladies, gents, and little geeks and freaks. How many gearlocks are there? How many gearlocks total are there? And there's a little trick to this because I don't think some people know about some other gearlocks. I'm going to give you that, at least that hint. How many gearlocks are there in total? There are several games in the Too Many Bones series, so you might want to look them up, all of them, including expansions. How many gearlocks are there?
We got one guess, but I don't know if it's right.
Nope.
You see, with these number ones, they can just, I guess, spam some numbers. That's not a bad strategy.
Not a bad strategy. Nope.
Huh.
Nope. All of them are available. No, wait, Casey Pence.
Oh, see, 13 is the
Casey
lucky
Pence.
number, Casey.
13. There are 13. There's 4 in the base game. There's 2 in what's the name in Undertow.
Yeah.
And they have several more on the outside. And also today, Baby Gearlock was the other day. So yeah, Baby Gearlock is a little guy, a little small fry that just got announced the other day. Let me make sure I fact check this one here. We have 4, we have 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the little baby, 13.
All right, so
yeah,
Casey, big winner. And yeah, man, I gotta say, I agree with you on Chip Theory. Like talking to Shannon over there, like in their marketing department, she's just just amazing customer service. Like, and the way she's like on all the Board Game Geek like forums, answering questions all the time. Like, man, she is a force of nature.
I thought I could take her job, but I can't, man. She's great. Thought I could take her job. I really did.
Wow.
Yeah, she's too good, man. She's way too good. Casey Pence. Assuming that you are in the United States of America, you will. I will send you email. The email is this one right here. Control V. Boom. Okay, Casey Pence. All right. Let's see here. Now, I don't have enough facts about this game. I don't have enough facts about this game because I haven't played it enough.
Oh, I've played it a ton, man. That is one of my top ones from last year.
So I'll be honest with you, like this game, I'm gonna tell you a quick little story about it. I literally rejected this game, like from day one.
What?
I was like, dude, I was like, why did they make a tower defense game? I can't stand tower defense. I just can't stand tower defense. So I was like, dang it. I think Chip Theory finally failed me. You can't have all the hits, man. You can't have all the hits. So I was like, all right, you got the chips. It looks cool. It's got the neoprene. It's got Chip Theory all over it. And then I was like, but I don't know, man. And I didn't back the Kickstarter. Then I was at Origins last year, right in the window, right before it was about to ship to them. And they laid it out. They showed me the game. And I was like, I was just like, oh my God, I got to have this game. And then I ended up falling in love with the game. It's just, it's just such an interesting experience. Like I said, I don't like what is that game that's very popular like Dota, like League of Legends. I don't like that kind of stuff. I like the fact that like the way you build up these bases in the game. I was like, that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted in this game. Like that was the part I didn't understand versus like, oh, we're just throwing guys at each other. Like the way that it's really robust how you build your little base up. And I was like, oh, that's what I want. That's what I was looking for. And once I got that out of the way and I saw a couple playthroughs, I saw Ricky Royal play it. That helped me out a lot. Um, and then I finally jumped the hoop. But I'm holding off. I'm going off on a tangent. That must be the scotch. But this is just me, plus scotch. This is a wild card. Just think about this. You could win a game based on this. I actually gave away a copy of the Baby Gear Lock. I pre-ordered a copy of the Baby Gear Lock for someone because they guessed my favorite Gear Lock. You're going to win a freaking copy of Cloudspire if you can guess my favorite Gear Lock. Go. Out of all of them.
Oh, man.
Out of all of them. Seriously, yes, I know. Can you guess my favorite Gear Lock? Internet, go. That is crazy. I know. It's crazy.
Oh, we got Boomer first. I didn't like Boomer much myself. Baby Dart. Are some of these even gear locks? Is Bob a gear lock?
I love them all, man, but Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
I've seen all the ones that I know. This must be some expansion one.
Wow. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Wait, Nugget.
Oh yeah, Nugget. Somebody's
Nugget.
is
Jake.
Is it freaking Jake again?
Jake.
Dude,
The Jake highlights Jake.
yeah, that's the first person to say Nugget that I see. Jake was in the mix like 3 times for these giveaways, man.
Wait, no.
What?
No. Nugget. Eric. This guy, Eric.
I mean, I can't see your screen, but I believe you.
Yeah, Eric, right here. Okay.
Oh wait, you're right. Eric said Nugget before Jake. You are right. All right, so Eric, no last name. You
Yeah,
were
Eric. We need your last name first of all. Eric.
yeah, Eric. You said Nugget underneath Kathy, above Successful Geek. 3 before Jake Sanders said Nugget, so you were first. He was second. So Jake got 1 prize and came up second place twice, I think. Wow.
Wow.
Jake is on with the Google foo. Yeah. So while we
Yeah.
wait for her last name, yeah, I gotta say, man, I love Cloudspire. Are you doing the 2 expansion factions, Jeremy? Are you covering those?
I am not. I am not.
They sent them to me. I'm still waiting on the solo scenarios to finish my reviews, but they're cool, man. Sky Pirates and like this faction that uses the mercenaries, so like totally changes up how they look from game to game. Like you can't just count on the same units. I'm excited. I'm
Okay.
excited, dude. Oh, there we go. Eric's got his last name. First.
Yep. Cloudspire.
All
Okay.
right, so there you go. Send an email to Jeremy.
Twisted J. You might want to tell me your name too, by the way. But
I assume it's Jay.
yeah,
Oh, you know what? He had to leave earlier.
yeah, I know he had to leave
Yeah.
early. That's fine. He probably emailed me
Yeah.
already. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that Kickstarter. Of course, I'm all in.
Yeah. No,
So,
I was about to say. I mean, yeah. Again, kind of spoiling some of my videos to in the future, but
yeah.
Cloudspire is Cloudspire, man. I love that game.
You know what's funny is that sometimes when you do this stuff, it's like I don't know if I really can review their games. Honestly, like, can I be honest? Like, can I be honest? Like I would be honest, but I think I might be light on them. Like they're the one publisher where I'm like, unless they had a total miss, like a total miss. Because I love their stuff. I
Yeah.
love the people behind it. So it's hard for me to review it. I'll cover it. But I'll definitely cover their stuff. I can be, I can at least, say there's some flaws, but I feel like I'd be too light on them. I try not to. I at least let people know about their games.
Yeah.
But I try not to review their games just simply because I feel like I'd be compromised. It's one of the few publishers where I feel like there's just some bias, so much heavy on the people, behind that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I can see
yeah,
that. I mean,
yeah.
I had definitely had some complaints about Hoplomachus when I reviewed it recently, and even
Okay, shut up,
Cloudspire when I reviewed
shut
it
up,
last year.
shut up.
Like it wasn't all sunshine.
No, I mean no. Hoplomachus does have some things. It
Yeah.
has some, but yeah, it definitely does. But by the time they got to what was that Origins, I was really happy with that.
Yeah.
I was really happy with the final product because I felt like that was the final touch. But it also, I wish what they did with that worked in a big arena.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was one of those things where it's like when you got done with that whole series, you were like, that was good. But Arena, that last one was just so good. It was like, damn,
Yeah,
man, they
I
could have.
do love the puzzly feel of those like little solo scenarios. Those are fun.
Yeah,
And I think they definitely put that in Cloudspire with like the little like, how can you figure out the puzzle to solve these
right.
three objectives?
Yeah, and I get like that was one big gripe is that when people I didn't get through all of them, but it's like once you're done with those, you're done. I'm like, well, I guess so, but let's think about it like this: how many hours does it take you to get through all five scenarios for each one?
Oh my god. I mean, and I don't know about you. I needed at least two or three
Yeah,
tries to fully beat each of those
right.
things.
So plus that, plus the co-op scenarios,
Yep.
if you're interested in that, which I've been told that they're not great.
Oh,
So
I like him.
right, so
Jason Perez did not. That's probably who you heard it from as
right.
well. I liked him fine. I did a playthrough for that, and I actually have a solo playthrough of the. Did you get the Greege expansion, the little insect dudes?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
got a solo playthrough of that going live
Oh,
probably next week.
I'm gonna have to watch that one because I haven't played with them, so I don't even know. Like I don't
They're
know
they're
stuff.
fun, dude. I want to
Yeah,
try them in competitive because they just like burrow under the ground. They're like Zergish, like from
yeah.
StarCraft. They
I
burrow
like that.
underground. They pop up where you least expect them.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah.
but dude, these
Ooh,
sky
that.
pirates, they can move
What's
their
that?
whole dang base to a different part of the arena. Like you thought they were over here, now they're over there. Once per game, they can just straight up move their ship over somewhere
What?
else. Oh my gosh, man, Cloudspire.
That's nuts, man. That's nuts. So yeah, that's yeah. This they haven't messed up. They
Yeah.
really haven't messed up. You know.
No, they have
So
not. Too Many Bones wasn't a huge hit for me, but they have not had a dud for me at all. Like I've
yeah,
enjoyed all their
yeah.
games, and honestly, I feel like if I played Too Many Bones a few more times, I would love it. Like I think I just was in a bad
Dude,
place when I played that or whatever, and didn't give it the chance it
just
deserved.
just the puzzles of each character and like
Yeah.
how you choose to upgrade these guys. It's just so smart. It's so intricate. Like Tink is such a cool character. Now that's so close to my favorite character, but like when I got Tink and I got Nugget, like I was so happy. Nugget is so overpowered. Like she's
That's
so
why he's your
overpowered.
favorite.
It's like she's not even balanced at all. Like I don't think she's balanced
you,
at
you
all.
you need that
But
sometimes, right? You just need to blow up a game
yeah, you just
sometimes.
want to feel super powerful.
Yeah.
But the that tank dude that has this little robot, and in the beginning he's just getting beat up, like just destroyed every time. You're like, oh my god, and you almost have to have somebody with you because he's gonna get his butt kicked like super fast. He can't fight on his own. His robot is like his love and kind of like this thing. So what you're doing is putting component dice in him in kind of like a puzzle way so that they trigger properly, and then you make him into a better robot that's like a shield robot or a bash robot or one that shoots lasers like both ways and like it dude it's so cool. It's so cool. That game is so cool. And like just the way you develop them. I mean it could have better story, but there's a world there and they tried to do it with this new campaign stuff. I'm gonna try it out because I just picked up some other stuff for
Cool.
it because I didn't have the campaign stuff.
Yeah.
I just played everything I had, so I'm gonna dump back into that. And I haven't played Undertow,
Oh wow, you haven't yet.
so I bought all. We got all the Undertow stuff now. It should be here soon, and I'm really excited about that because Stanza. Like I was just going through the videos of Stanza, and I was just like, yes, yes. So I'm just, yeah, man. like I said, I'm kind of compromised with them, so
No, I get it,
I
man.
just don't. I just yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
man.
Thank you, man. It's been amazing you having on. So we got you on the podcast for the first time pretty recently, and now on the YouTube channel for the first time. Everybody check out Jeremy does live Sunday playthroughs pretty much every Sunday on Facebook. He's
Yep.
doing the Man vs. Meeple stuff. He does so Jeremy and I, like, I know a lot of people don't like these as much. I get way fewer views for these, but both Jeremy and me play games with our kids, like our little kids, and
Yeah.
film playing games with our kids. And you know what? I don't care, man. If my children playthroughs, like my other playthroughs get 2,000 views, my kid game playthroughs get 200, it's a
Yeah.
resource for parents out there. So I love that you do that and like you show your son on screen and y'all just
Yeah,
play
man.
those games. Like I played Aquacorn Cove with my son, you played it with yours. I really respect you for doing all that, man. And for this giveaway, like you are a class act, and it's so awesome to have you on the show.
No, you know what? Just thank you for having me on your platform. And that's the thing. It's like we're just giving. We're giving our time, we're giving our platform to each other, and we're sharing, dude. That's what matters.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to know that, people who can't donate games are donating what they can. Publishers are coming out of the woodworks that you don't know about. So if you get a game and you got an extra little one in there, play that game too. You may be excited that you're getting, one of these awesome games, but play the other game in the envelope that I'm sending with you, because those are the people who got me to where I was back when I was a little blogger
Yeah.
and writing English as if it was a second language. And here I am now. And, I wanted to get those people in those boxes too. So yeah, I'm just glad that the content creators are also part of this as well. Some people are donating money to make sure the games get to you. And that's hard-earned money out of them.
Yeah.
Some of them surviving off of this. So it's just been a great experience. It's a lot of headache on my end, but it's been a great experience.
All that shipping, man. Much respect.
Woo! No, I don't have a Patreon. I have PayPal. No, I'm just kidding.
Now I think we'll throw some one-stop money your way to help with the shipping.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're doing some good things. So please, if you can fill out that form all the way through this weekend. I have more Hexplorers. I have I have Atlantis Rising. I didn't even give that away tonight. More baseball highlights. I have a ton of games on this list. I'm not going to give them away. You're just going to receive stuff in the mail and whoop-de-freaking do. That's what's coming. Like, you have no choice, but believe me, I'm not sending crap. I will tell you, I have Alibari back there. May not know that. So, sequel to Snowdonia is back.
Oh, nice,
So,
man.
I'm just saying, you don't know what's going to arrive at your house. Like, you don't even know. So, there you go. Enjoy.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. And everyone, like, awesome participation in this live. Y'all come to see Jeremy. He's the man. So thank you all. Keep on checking out his stuff on Man vs. Meeple and Facebook. Check out One Stop Co-op Shop. We'll have another playthrough coming up soon. Final Girl and Dawn of the Zeds coming really soon. More Cloud Spire coming really soon. All of those are filmed, and I just got to put them up. So, yeah, thank you all. Amazing to have you on here. See you at the next stop, everybody. And
Yeah,
bye,
take care.
Jeremy.